Hey, and welcome into the Big Ten Huddle. I'm your host, JR, and we are bringing you insightful basketball episode this morning. Well, you know what they say. The portal is gonna portal because we are still talking the transfer portal on this episode. I promise we're gonna get to some news, analysis of other stuff at some point, but I mean, the portal is just going crazy. And even just last night, we had some more portal talk come up with Dawson Garcia entering the portal. We're going to talk about him, all the other guys that should be out of eligibility. Not all of them. I mean, the whole idea of these guys doing that. But we're going to talk about him, five potential Big Ten schools to watch for him. I'm going to give you five underrated Big Ten transfer portal additions and then investigate the teams who are spending the most in the Big Ten right now. I've got 9 teams to go over, and I think one of them might surprise you. Additionally, if you love the Big Ten Huddle, please do hit that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. It really helps the channel grow. I think last I checked, we were just under 475 subscribers, and our goal is to hit 500 by the end of April. So if you have the ability to do that, if you can do that on your phone, tablet, wherever you are, please do hit the like button. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit 600 by then. That would be great if we did. I cannot thank you enough for your support and everything that you do for this channel, but it isn't just on the YouTube side. If you're listening on the podcast platform as well, give us a 5-star review. That helps. A quick write-up just saying what you like about the show. That helps me as well to know what you guys enjoy or don't enjoy. I just ask that you don't put a 1-star review because that really does a lot of bad stuff to the podcast. So 5-star review, and if you have a critique, just go ahead and put it in there. I do see those. So anyway, let's get down to it. I do want to remind you, Big Ten football, Big Ten basketball, 9 a.m. for basketball, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, live at 9 p.m. for football, Monday or Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday as well. All right, let's dive into this. Change the graphic. Boom, there we go. Dawson Garcia, 6'11", Minnesota native, who got college basketball teams buzzing with his recent entry into the transfer portal. With a potential NCAA rule change on the horizon that could grant a 5th year of eligibility, Garcia's entered the portal to keep his options open. We're breaking down the 5 Big Ten schools that could be perfect fits for his game and why he'd consider a move and how his versatility, skill set could make an immediate impact. If you're hyped for this, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. First, let's talk about why Dawson Garcia is in the transfer portal. Number one, the NCAA is mulling over a major rule change that could give athletes a 5th year of eligibility, scrapping the current 5 years to play 4 rule. The idea gained traction after Vanderbilt quarterback from the football side, Diego Pavia, won a lawsuit for an extra year, arguing that JUCO time cost him Division I NIL earnings. With the NCAA's house lawsuit settlement looming, players like Garcia are entering the portal before deadlines to stay flexible. Now, to be clear, I absolutely hate this. I cannot stand this. I hate this. I don't want any more dudes in their mid-20s playing in college, whether that's college football, college basketball. But these are the rules, and I've always said that you don't come here to listen to me complain and moan and groan, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about the game, the players, and the conference that we love, the Big Ten, so that's what we're going to do. Back to Garcia. His case is unique. He played just 10 games at North Carolina in 2021, leaving early to be closer to his grandmother during a tough time. If the NCAA grants hardship waivers for family reasons, he could have a strong case to return another season. Some of you might say, well, he's already a 5th-year senior. Well, it's because he was a COVID player. He came in 2020, was a COVID guy. At 24, he's already a polished player, averaging 19.2 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 2 assists on 47.4% field goal percentage and 37.3% from 3 in the Big Ten. His size, shooting, and ball handling make him a mismatch nightmare, even for Michigan last year, who had versatile 7-footer Danny Wolf playing the 4 for them. But his age means he's likely a late to second round pick, late to second round pick, or undrafted in the NBA draft coming up. So he really isn't considering the NBA route that much. Another year could boost his stock, and these 5 Big Ten schools could be his ticket to help him do that. But before we dive into the schools, let's talk about Garcia's game. At 6'11", 234 pounds, he's a power forward, could play the 5 as well with guard-like skills. He's a legit 3-level scorer, shooting 37.3% from deep on 4.2 attempts per game. Absolutely incredible for his size and what he does. With a silky mid-range pull-up and crafty finishes at the rim, his ball handling is elite for his size. He can attack closeouts, create off the dribble, and even run the break like a jumbo wing. Defensively, he's mobile enough to switch onto the perimeter, but struggles guarding in space and isn't a dominant rim protector that you might normally want at your 5 due to his lower body. His lower body is a little too light, in my opinion. His 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. He's a smart passer, though. He's not a primary playmaker. Garcia is a high usage scorer who thrives in pick and pop, catch and shoot, and closeout situations, making him a perfect fit for modern offenses. If we go to the first school, I think that Garcia could fit in. It's a hometown school, right? Stay home with the Minnesota Gophers. New head coach Nico Medved, known for his high tempo spacing, heavy system at Colorado, is a great fit for Garcia's skill set. Minnesota's roster needs a go-to scorer after losing key pieces, and Garcia is already a de facto leader in that Minnesota locker room, averaging nearly 20 points per game. Medved's offense emphasizes three-point shooting and versatility, which aligns perfectly with Garcia's pick and pop, catch and shoot prowess. Defensively, Garcia can anchor the weak side with switching onto wings, though he'll need to tighten up his perimeter footwork. Staying put means continuing what he's already started. A lot of fan support, and in my opinion, he could be a dark horse candidate for the Big Ten Player of the Year award. At Minnesota, he wouldn't just be an immediate impact, he'd be the centerpiece of Medved's rebuild. Next to the Illinois Fighting Illini, coached by Brad Underwood. Illinois was on Garcia's radar in 2021 when he left Marquette, thanks to his proximity to Minnesota and Underwood's system, which loves big skilled big men. Illinois uses a spread offense and heavy pick and pop action, ideal for Garcia's shooting and ball handling. With both Big T and Big Z in the rotation, Garcia could slot in as the starting 4, stretching defenses and attacking closeout. Underwood's teams play fast and physical, and Garcia's crafty footwork and physicality fit him right into Underwood's system. Defensively, he'd need to improve his interior defense, but Illinois' team defense can cover his weaknesses. He'd be an instant offensive spark, potentially pushing Illinois deeper into the March conversation, possibly. Third, the Indiana Hoosiers under Darren DeVries. Keep getting mixed up. DeVries, that's what it is. Indiana recruited Garcia hard out of high school, and DeVries, fresh off of West Virginia, runs a motion offense that thrives in spacing and versatility. Garcia could be the starting 5, replacing the departing bigs from this. I mean, everybody departed from this team. His ability to pop out for threes or attack off the dribble could open up Indiana's half-court sets, create driving lanes for guards, and DeVries' teams play disciplined defense, and Garcia's mobility and weak side help defense could fit and mask some of his issues that they would need to cover as he needs to work on his pick and roll coverage. Indiana's rebuilding and Garcia's experience scoring make him the focal point, elevating the Big Ten standings right away. Fourth, and this team already going out getting a lot of talent, Michigan Wolverines, led by Dusty May. Michigan's rebuild in 2024 went great. It was it was exactly what they wanted. You got to a Sweet 16. Don't be selfish. And no one thinks of Juwan Howard anymore, right? Although Michigan is in danger of losing star Yaxel Lindenberg to the pros, and if they do, Garcia could be an excellent replacement for him. Michigan team this past year had 2 7-footers, and Damara already gives them kind of the Vlad tendencies that they need. Garcia could give them some of the Danny Wolf tendencies that they need. Garcia can handle the ball and shoot, like I said, 37.3% from 3. I'm going to keep saying it because it's just that impressive. And his jumbo wing skills would thrive in May's system, giving Michigan a mismatch threat at the 4 or the 5, wherever they decide to play him. Defensively, Michigan's height with players like Wolf and Mara would let like Garcia, I said Wolf, like Garcia and Mara could give Garcia the ability to roam to the weaker side, masking his interior defense issues. Garcia would be the offensive cornerstone to this team, helping Michigan climb the Big Ten ladder. And finally, let's go to the rival, the Ohio State Buckeyes under Jake Diebler. Ohio State's looking for size and scoring after a solid 2024, despite an awful front court situation, and Garcia could follow in former Gopher Jamison Battle's footsteps, who thrived under Diebler. The Buckeyes run a balanced offense with pick and pop motion sets, perfect for Garcia's shooting and off dribble creation. He'd likely play the 4, adding versatility along Kristoff's Tilly. Diebler's teams emphasize a team defense, and Garcia's mobility and physicality would help him a lot. Though his pick and roll defense needs polish, like I noted earlier, with Battle's potential endorsement, Garcia could be the missing piece, making Ohio State a Big Ten contender, possibly under Jake Diebler in his second year, impacting both ends of the floor instantly. So there you have it. Those are 5 Big Ten teams where Dawson Garcia could shine, where he stays with Minnesota or goes to Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, or Ohio State. His size, shooting, versatility make him a game changer. The potential 5th-year rule and a hardship waiver could give him one more shot to boost his NBA stock. Any of these teams would be lucky to have him. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Where do you think Garcia should go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe for more Big Ten hoops content. Let's talk. Let's take a quick minute, hit a commercial break, and we'll get right back into the action, talking about some underrated portal additions in the Big Ten. Stay with us. We'll be right back. CBB Analytics isn't just another stat site, it's your ultimate destination for in-depth college basketball analysis used by fans and even the coaches. It has comprehensive stats for men's and women's basketball across Division 1 through 3, dating all the way back to 2018. From shooting percentage to game recap, CBB Analytics has it all. Try CBB Analytics for free or pay for a tier to take your basketball knowledge to the next level. Try CBB Analytics with your first month off by using code HUDDLE, HUDDLE, for $30 off. That is your first month free. Again, code HUDDLE, that's HUDDLE, code HUDDLE. All right, these players are flying under the radar, not flying high they are flying under the radar, ranked outside the top 100 in both On3 and 24/7 Sports transfer portal rankings. But they've got serious skills, fits, and the potential to make a massive impact. My goal here is that these are all Big Ten caliber players, whether that means they are first team, whether that means they're defensive team, 6th man of the year, or just even honorable mention. We're going to count honorable mention here as well. These guys are poised to be key assets for their new teams, boosting their value by elevating the entire conference in addition to their teams. Let's break down who they are, what makes them special, and how they'll shine in the Big Ten. Number 1, TK Simpkins out of Oregon. He is transferring to Oregon from Elon. Kicking things off, we're going to go with TK Simpkins, a 6'4" senior guard joining the Oregon Ducks, ranked 107th on 3 and 142nd on 24/7. Simpkins is coming off a stellar run at Elon, where he averaged 16.4 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. His shooting splits were impressive: 36.6% from 3, 42% from the field, and 74.7% from the free throw line. The Brooklyn native is a versatile scorer, excelling at the rim, 53.3% on 75 attempts last season, and from deep, where he attempted 56 more threes than Oregon's TJ Bamba last season, and he doubled Bamba's makes as well. Simpkins was a high usage player at Elon, involved in 29% of the offensive possessions, higher than any Duck last year, with Nate Biddle's 24.3% leading Oregon. Under coach Dana Altman, Simpkins' usage will drop. That's just not Dana Altman's game. He's not going to do that, which would replace his turnovers of over 2 per game and let him focus on his efficient scoring and playmaking. He's a capable facilitator, 19 games with 3 or more assists, including 9 games with 4 or more assists as well, and can even run point as a scoring guard. Defensively, he's a menace as well, well. Recorded 2 or more steals in 10 games. Projected to start alongside Jackson Shellstad in a lineup with Biddle, Evans, and Pryor. Simpkins should play the two guard, or could even go to the three in some cases as well. His 7 20-point games and 22 double-digit outings for Elon show he's clutch. Makes a perfect fit for Oregon's fast-paced guard-heavy offense. Compared to Bamba, Simpkins brings a better mid-range game and three-point touch. Though he's less athletic defensively, he can get 12 to 15 points per game. He should be an all Big Ten honorable mention, or could even be a sixth man of the year type of player if he comes off of the bench. Simpkins is set to make Oregon's backcourt electric, and let's go to somebody else who is going to make their team electric. Next at number 2, Andrew Rohde. Rohde, I think is how you pronounce it, from Wisconsin. He is heading to Madison, ranked 177th on 3 and 248th on 24/7. This 6'6" small forward is transferring from Virginia after a standout freshman season at St. Thomas, where he was 2 years ago. He earned all Summit League first team Freshman of the Year honors at St. Thomas. Rohde averaged 17.1 points per game, shot 32% from 3, and closed the season with 5 straight 20-point games, including 8 of his last 10. But what excites me is when he got to Virginia, his three-point shooting numbers got even better. He was attempting 3.5 threes per game there and shot 41.3% from beyond the arc. Rudy's game is tailor-made for Wisconsin's high-tempo, spread offense under Coach Greg Gard, who really has seemed to found his identity as a coach for this Wisconsin team. Love to see it. He's got guard-like ball handling, a quick first step, and scores at all 3 levels. His perimeter shooting soared at Virginia, like I said, despite tougher, more contested shots and a lower possession system. He is a quality free throw shooter as well. He's not John Tonji level or anything like that, but 73.3% last year. With better teammates and less pressure to create, his efficiency should go up. What sets Rohde apart is his defense and playmaking. Rohde will do a lot to alleviate John Blackwell, who was overworked at times last year as one of the team's primary defenders, playmakers, and scorers. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do all of that, but he will alleviate some of that for him. Rohde will come in and assist immediately as a playmaker. He will help with Nick Boyd as well, the other transfer who's coming in. Andrew Rohde has a real shot at being an all Big Ten honorable mention type of player next year. He could compete for all Big Ten defense as well if they use him correctly in the system, but I think he is a bit of a misconception as a defender. Don't get me wrong, I like what he brings defensively. Rohde isn't exactly a defensive stopper though. He holds his own pretty well. He can match up with different types of players, which is a nice plus to him with his versatility. There's room for improvement though, but he's a good defender in my book, and that won't be picked up. That won't be picked on. I apologize. He won't be picked on by offenses. One thing he really does well is just straight up when somebody's trying to shoot over him or trying to attack him at the rim, he makes them work to score over him instead of fouling or jumping out of position. Another Virginia transfer that we're going to look at, number 3, is Elijah Saunders to Maryland. He is moving to College Park. Elijah Saunders is joining the Maryland Terrapins, ranked 118th on 3 and 108th in 24/7. This 6'8", 240-pound senior forward comes from Virginia, where he averaged 10.4 points, 5 rebounds in last season. He had a 22-point outburst against NC State, a 19-point, 10-point rebound double-double against Louisville, showcasing his two-way prowess as well. Before Virginia, Saunders played 2 seasons at San Diego State, where he shot 48% from the field and 34% from 3. Saunders is a modern big who stretches the floor and battles inside. His outside shooting pulls opposing bigs out of the paint, opening and driving lanes for Maryland's guards under Coach Buzz Williams, who added Saunders as one of 8 portal commits. He'll have a bigger offensive role than in Virginia's slow-paced system. His hustle, 10 rebounds per game, the last two 10 rebound games, sorry, 2 10 rebound games last season fits the Big Ten's physicality, and his defensive versatility lets him guard multiple positions. Saunders' relentless motor makes him a machine and someone who head coach Buzz Williams will love to use as a player. He's a candidate for all Big Ten defensive team as a starter or a high minute reserve. Expect 10 to 12 points per game and 6 to 8 rebounds per game with all Big Ten honorable mention potential. His ability to impact both ends will deepen Maryland's front court and make him a tougher matchup. Saunders is the kind of kid who thrives in the big moment and gritty games. Nearing the end of the list now. Let's get to number 4, Jacob Ognjenovic. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Jacob Ognjenovic to Washington. Now, I really like Ognjenovic. He is joining the Washington Huskies as the number 141 player and on 3 and number 244 player on 24/7. His 6'8" forward from Lipscomb was the 2025 Atlantic Sun Player of the Year. He averaged 20 points and 8 rebounds, shooting 51% from the field, 37% from 3, leading Lipscomb to a 25-10 record and an NCAA tournament berth last year with 1,827 career points, including 1,641 at Lipscomb. He's Lipscomb's all-time leading scorer in their Division I era. Ognjenovic is a matchup nightmare. His soft touch inside, reliable mid-range game, and three-point range make him a stretch 4 or a small ball 5. He dropped 30-plus points multiple times last season, including a 34-point performance, and he held his own in a game against Kentucky as well. At Washington, under Coach Danny Sprinkle, he'll be the focal point of an offense desperate for scoring after a rough 2024-2025 season. His fit alongside guards like Wesley Yates will stretch defenses and create open looks as well. While not an elite defender, his size and instincts make him serviceable. If he maintains his scoring efficiency, 15 to 18 points per game, and all Big Ten second or third team honors are within reach for this type of player. Ognjenovic is his offensive versatility will make Washington a sneaky contender in the Big Ten to make the NCAA tournament. This guy's a scoring machine, ready to light up scoreboards. And finally, we have number 5, Keontae Jones, who is heading to UCLA. He is 6'6" senior wing joining UCLA, an underrated transfer ranked outside the top 100 by both On3 and 24/7 Sports. Coming from Cal State Northridge, Jones averaged 13.1 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 4.1 assists with a usage rate of 23.6. He's got all Big Ten honorable mention type of potential. Jones thrives attacking at the rim with next level athleticism, potential, and creative finishing, shooting 40% from 3 on low volume. His playmaking shines and with drive and dish passes, and his low turnover rate fits USC's fast-paced system under Eric Musselman. Defensively, he's elite. 7% block rate, 3.5 steal rate, guarding 1 through 4 with more stock than fouls, in my opinion. At USC, Jones will complement guards like Desmond Claude, averaging 10 to 12 points per game and 6 to 8 rebounds. His versatility and hustle make him a defensive anchor, potentially earning all Big Ten defensive team nods. Underrated due to his mid-major roots, Jones is a perfect fit for USC's rebuild. There you have it. 5 underrated Big Ten transfer portal additions ready to steal the show next season. TK Simpkins, he will ignite Oregon's offense with his scoring and flair. Andrew Rohde is poised to break out at Wisconsin with his do-it-all type of game. Elijah Saunders will be Maryland's next two-way cornerstone. Jacob Ognjenovic will dominate for Washington, and Keontae Jones will be USC's versatile weapon. These guys have the tools to earn all Big Ten honors or more and lift their teams in a loaded conference. Who's your favorite from this list? Any other under the radar type of transfers we should keep an eye on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Big Ten hoops, Big Ten basketball content. Until the next segment, we're gonna hit a break really fast. Let's hit the next segment, and then I'll catch you after that. one more quick break as we hear about home field. We'll be right back talking about the Big Ten teams that are spending the most right now in the transfer, well, not just in the transfer portal, overall. Anyway, we'll get to it. We'll be back. Home Field is your go-to destination for premium collegiate apparel with a passion for comfort and a flair for vintage design. Home Field brings you gear that is comfortable and stylish. With over 150 colleges to choose from, Home Field digs deep into the archives, uncovering forgotten logos, iconic mascots, and legendary moments to create one-of-a-kind apparel. Use my code TBTH for 15% off for new customers, or use my link in the description. Back here on the Big Ten Huddle. I feel like I'm struggling today, guys. I apologize. Doing a little too much maybe, but I want to make sure I bring you guys an episode, and we got a lot of lists in this one. So next list, I'm going to mention 9 different teams, okay? But before I do that, please do use Home Field. Use the link in the description as well. It really helps us out. It's just one more way. Not asking you to use anything you don't already use. Home Field, a great place, and a great place to buy clothes and everything like that. So if you guys are looking for that, please do use Home Field. Use the link in the description. Okay, last segment. Big Ten teams are dropping serious cash to build their roster for next season. We're talking millions, tens of millions being spent on top talent. Thanks to an incredible report by CBS Sports' Matt Norlander, we've got the scoop on which Big Ten teams are in the elite 10 million club and who's close behind them, and a few teams that didn't make the list that are making waves, that I think are making waves and should be thought of as some of the top spenders in the Big Ten as well. Plus, we'll touch on those Big Ten squads, giving you kind of some of my analysis there of what's going on. You need to know, I think Norlander, I don't think Norlander missed or like he didn't do a good job. These are just names that I am personally adding. He can't do a list with every single, like he doesn't cover the Big Ten. That's my job. All right. So that's what I'm adding to it here. So hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. All right. Let's start with the heavy hitters, the Big Ten teams in what Norlander calls the $10 million club, $10 million club. These are programs either spending $10 million or more on their rosters, easily capable of hitting that mark. In the Big Ten, 3 teams stand out to him: Indiana, Michigan, and Purdue. Now, you have heard that right. Yes, Purdue. But let's start with Indiana. We're going to get to Purdue a little bit later on, but let's start with Indiana. No surprise here, the Hoosiers have deep-pocketed donors and a new coach, Darren DeVries, in his first year. They are poised to spend big, especially considering that it is rumored that that was a key reason why DeVries went with Indiana over Iowa. Norlander notes that they're either at 10 million or can get there quick. Think about it. Indiana's got the resources to chase elite talent, and they're not shy about it either. Next up, Michigan. This one's validating for Wolverine fans. Under new coach Dusty May, Michigan's basketball program is tapping into the football money, it seems like. I have no idea if that's actually true, but it seems like it, right? Norlander confirms they're operating at 10 million, and the sources say that they're spending more on one player in Yaxel Lindeberg than any other player they might spend on in a single summer. That's next level investment. That's trying to bring in somebody who can be a game changer for your team. And in our final Big Ten spender might come as a surprise, but I mentioned him earlier. It's Purdue. Okay, this one raised some eyebrows for me and amongst other people I saw on the internet as well. But let me be clear. Although Norlander lists them in more of the second tier, Purdue is in or above the $8 to $10 million range. That's huge for a program not typically seen as a financial juggernaut. Matt Painter's squad is spending serious cash to keep stars like Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, and Trey Kaufman in, plus additions like Oscar Clough, Omer Mayer, Liam Murphy as well. I'm not sure he was a big spend, but still somebody that you added and a great shooter. He's going to be a lot for them. A recent tweet from Raphael Davis speculated that Purdue's top trio alone is worth $11 million, which seems high. I don't think that is actually worth that much, but I don't know. Raphael probably knows more than I do, so maybe not. But Norlander's reporting confirms Purdue's roster is valued at around $8 million, at least to him. I would think it's probably more than that, though. That's a massive flex for Boilermakers, though. Next, there are 3 Big Ten whales inflating the market and grabbing top talent. But what about the rest of the conference? Norlander also highlights a second tier of teams spending at least $8 million if required, he says. In the Big Ten, we've got UCLA and USC, two programs that have joined the conference and are flexing their financial muscle. For UCLA, the Bruins are no stranger to spending, but the signing of Donovan did strike some people and send a signal that the Bruins did have more money than maybe some people thought. They're willing to pay their guys who came back, and they're shelling out a hefty price tag for Dent. Norlander says they're at $8 million, but could push to $10 million with the right boosters. UCLA in a competitive market, and they're not backing down. When it comes to USC, the Trojans are making waves with pure money moves. They are rebuilding their roster through this portal, which isn't cheap. They've done a nice job of avoiding bidding wars, but they also need to pay some dudes as well. Right across the LA strip, right, is USC's at, well, I don't even know if it's across the LA strip, but you know what I'm saying. They're in LA, okay? Deshaun Foster made sure we knew that in the football media days. Anyway, USC at $8 million, but like UCLA, they've got the potential to climb with both LA schools in the Big Ten now. Expect to keep pushing the financial envelope. These teams aren't quite at the $10 million mark, according to Norlander, but they still are major players in the NIL game. The Big Ten's depth in these tiers shows how competitive the conference is becoming. Now, let's also talk about some Big Ten teams that didn't make Norlander's list, but are absolutely spending big, deserve a shout out, and those four teams are Ohio State, Illinois, Oregon, and Washington. That's right, Washington. Got to talk about them. Let's start with Ohio State, though. The Buckeyes are flying under the radar, but are close to that $10 million club, in my opinion. They spent nearly $10 million to bring in Tilly and to retain their core players in Bruce Thornton, John Mobley, John Mobley, and Devin Royal. Sources say that they're eyeing wing player like Kennard Davis Jr. and Blake Harper, each costing around $1 million. I don't think they're going to get Davis. I don't think they're going to get Harper, but they're going to probably add somebody for around that price tag. If they land one or somebody for that price tag, though, they'll likely surpass $10 million. Ohio State's quickly building a top 5 roster in the Big Ten next year. We'll see if Jake Diebler can get them to play up to their potential. Next is Illinois. This one's puzzling because last year Illinois was reportedly on Indiana's level, spending big to land European talent and others, but Norlander's list doesn't include them at all in the top 24. What's going on? Coach Brad Underwood is using plenty of resources to land experienced portal players and an overseas prospect in Merkovich. Let's also talk about the $3 million bag for Will Riley if he returns. I have no idea if it's actually $3 million, but I would guess based on how much players make in the NBA draft, it would be about that. Illinois isn't out of the game, but their absence from the top tier list raises questions about their financial strategy or Norlander's requirement to make the list overall. Also, we have Oregon. The Ducks, new to the Big Ten, are making bold moves. They offered Dame Sarr a deal reportedly worth around $3 million, outbidding Illinois. With Phil Knight's backing, Oregon's basketball program is getting serious financial boosts. They're not in Norlander's $8 to $10 million range yet, but I think that they should be. Finally, we have Washington, who is no slouch either. The Huskies have been competitive in NIL and are quietly putting together one of the best portal classes in the country. They have the mid-major star. They have the pure scorer coming back and then solid role players who will compete for minutes. I feel pretty confident Washington has spent just under or at $8 million. So what does that mean? The Big Ten is essentially a financial juggernaut in college basketball. Now, not every team. These are only 9 teams, but teams are spending money. Teams are boosting their roster, and we love to see it. Indiana, Michigan, Purdue leading the way in the $10 million club. UCLA, USC close behind at $8 million, and teams like Ohio State, Illinois, Washington, and Oregon spending big. The conference is loaded, but here's the kicker. Norlander estimates that across all 360 Division I teams, over $325 million in NIL funds are committed for next season. The Big Ten's top spenders alone account for a huge chunk of that. What's wild is how this money is reshaping the sport. Players like JT Toppin at Texas Tech are pulling in $4 million deals, and mid-major role players are pulling in $1 million. In the Big Ten, we're seeing similar trends with Michigan's Yaxel Lindenberg, Purdue's core, Ohio State's core, along with Tilly. But Norlander points out that this could crash as Kansas, a traditional big spender, dropped to $8 million to the $8 million tier this year after Bill Self recalibrated. A top spender like BYU or Arkansas, if they don't get results, donors might pull back. Only one team wins the national championship, and it's rarely the biggest spender. That's the state of NIL spending in the Big Ten and college hoops, college basketball nowadays. Indiana, Michigan, and Purdue, appreciate y'all leading the charge. UCLA, Ohio State, or UCLA, USC, appreciate you all being right there behind them. And then Ohio State, Illinois, Washington, not far behind, could be even up there with some of the other ones. Who do you think's getting the best bang for their buck right now in the portal overseas, and which Big Ten team do you want to dive into next? Do you want to look at spending? Is that something that you're interested in? Would love to continue to cover this kind of stuff if it does interest you. Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe for more Big Ten hoops content, and be sure to check out Matt Norlander's article on CBS Sports. It is the full article is linked in the description. You can go look at it there. I so appreciate you being here and enjoying the show with me. I love doing this. I hope you enjoy the content. One more time, if you haven't already subscribed, give the podcast a 5-star review. Really appreciate everyone who takes the time to do that kind of stuff. It helps out the show much more than you might ever know. We appreciate it. Have a good one.